Have you ever wondered if a finished basement adds value to a home? Well, in this episode, I'm going to tackle that question. Welcome everyone to this episode of the AskJasonGelios Show. I'm Jason Gelios, Michigan Realtor, and I appreciate you tuning in to this episode where I'm going to be actually talking about whether or not a finished, remodeled basement, actually a finished basement, or if you took an existing basement and remodeled it, made it look nicer, does that add value to a home? And so I want to go ahead and just dive right into this because I got a lot of information for you, and I promise I'm going to try to share it and make it fun, okay? So first off, according to the National Association of Realtors in the United States, finishing a basement will give you about a 70 to 75% return on your investment. Okay, so again, finishing a basement, about a 70 to 75% investment. You will never get 100% back. Now, this is because one, basements aren't as favorable, especially when it comes to appraisers, versus your main living space. A basement is an accessory, it's a luxury, right? It's available. Now, I will say though, from a home seller standpoint, a finished basement, if done right, nice and neutral, and laid out properly, not all chopped up to where most buyers would be like, this doesn't make sense, or I'm gonna tear out some walls and do my own thing. Okay, if it's a basement where home buyers feel that they can just come in and maybe repaint, do something small, that, it will help a home sell faster versus a home that doesn't have a finished basement. So I will say that it will help you attract more buyers, which could potentially raise the price, of course. But for the most part, a 70 to 75% investment, okay? And that's based in the United States, just so you know. Not sure how it is overseas, but and then, this other example too, the National Association of Realtors, this is actually fact, by the way, that about every $1,000 you spend on improvements, you increase the value of your property by about $700. Now, here's what I want to share with you, my take on finishing a basement, because I've had some home sellers say, well, should we finish our basement or remodel the rest of it, right? Make it look nicer before we sell. And my advice is it should look clean, but don't do a remodel or don't finish a basement if you're looking to sell right away or in the short term, 2-3 years. You should finish a basement if you're going to enjoy it for a while and then sell your house down the road. Because it's not like you updating a bathroom or a kitchen, which the kitchen is the number one space and a bathroom is the second highest on the return on investment list. It's not like if you renovate those that, that will definitely help. And I always recommend that if you can, or even do basic things, right? They change out hardware. But to finish a basement to get more money for your house, that's not practical. Okay, that doesn't make sense because you're going to spend more and not get 100% of your money back or even more money, okay? When you renovate a kitchen and you make it an updated space, you get over 100% return on investment. If I remember right, don't quote me on this part, but it was like 115 or 125% ROI if you renovate your kitchen. I mean, that's amazing, right? Because that's the heart of the home. That's the number one. And then bathrooms are second, like I said. I'm going to share with you some other stuff here too. I put together some stuff. Now, there was something, do appraisers look at basements, right? And I'm actually, the next episode, I believe it's 260. This is a great question that I'm going to be featuring on that episode because somebody was asking me this. And it's not the first time, but I wanted to feature it. But do home appraisers, in a nutshell, look at the basement? Well, they look at whether or not it has storage space, generously sized closets. Typically if you have proper storage in there and it's not all just open space finished, that will help in terms of your appraised value. So appraisers do look at that, but they're not gonna be like, okay, your house is finished. I'm sorry, your basement is finished, and so you're gonna be able to sell for 80 grand more. Okay, that's not gonna happen. So with that said, a finished basement is not as valuable. Again, 75% return on investment, which is not that great in my opinion, like other rooms. So I would focus your time and effort and money on other rooms in the actual livable space. Now, I know some of you might be saying, well, if you have an egress in your basement, right, which is a walkout, the oversized window that has stairs that goes out to the ground, right, from your basement, you can put a room in there and that's technically livable. But according to a home appraiser, livable space is actually your main floor and a second or third floor, depending on where you're at. So just know that. So I hope you guys found this episode valuable. Be sure to visit my website. It's allabouttherealestate.com, as well as follow me on social media. I put those links in the description below. Otherwise, I'm Jason Gelios, Michigan Realtor, and I appreciate you watching.